What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Mercules here, and very quickly I wanted to go over a pair of special scenes that I saw in the Destiny video documentary earlier today. The first one is obviously the character selection screen, and what this means is that you will be able to have multiple characters open when you go into Destiny, and you will get to pick which one you want to play as. And I think that is very cool because it allows people, in an open world game, it allows people multiple career paths without having to restart their character every time they want to try something different. So I think that's a very, very cool idea. And it looks like House Salon has the Hunter selected. To the left of that would be the Warlock, I'm guessing, and underneath that the Titan. Then to the right of the Titan it says add characters, so we know that you will be able to have up to 4 characters, and based on the slots above and below, it might even be up to 8 characters. Now obviously this begs the question, how many characters can you have? An unlimited number? Only 8? Only 4? And how many character classes will you be able to create? How many different classes are there? So the second scene I wanted to go over is the menu screen that it shows in the video documentary, and this is very, very important to me. Why? Because I think based on the menu selections you can learn a lot about the type of gameplay to be expected in this game. We'll start over at the right where it says My Squad, and then it says Housealon, DJ BNG, and Stashi, obviously showing the people that are in his party, I guess, at this particular time. And then underneath that it says press Y to add friends. So that leads me to believe this is going to be a very social game, as we already know that it is. You should be able to easily join friends who are in a party, have friends join your party, and what's pretty cool is it looks like those are actually their spaceships in the background. I hope they are, because that would be very cool if it showed their spaceships. Might just be a backdrop, I'm not really sure. Moving on to the actual menu itself, you can see it on the left. There are 6 colored bars with spaces for 2 or 3 below and 1 above. Not sure if those extra spaces are there just to add balance to the menu, or if they're there because you can actually add more items to the menu as you progress. I think that would be very cool if you could do that. But what I want to say about this menu is I do not believe that it is the actual main menu of the game. And why do I say this? Well, let's look at the first selection. It says the city and then it says home. Well, that right there leads me to believe that if you select that particular option, it will take you to the main menu of the game, or it will at least take you to something of a home base, maybe a starport, maybe a house. I'm not particularly sure, obviously, as I haven't played the game, but I believe that that location is where you will find the main menu. You might be able to find the option to go into space, which would bring you to this menu, or maybe the option to take out another vehicle, maybe the option to walk around the city. We really have no idea. There might be other missions you can take from that particular menu, but we'll just have to wait until more information is released before we really can get a handle on how that will work. Then underneath that it says Chapter 3, Shores of something that I cannot read because my preview screen is too small. But I believe that that will be a campaign type selection. I'm not saying it will be the only campaign, because realistically I don't think it will be the only campaign. I think it will be one of many campaigns. But I do believe that it will be one mission in a series of continuous missions, like each mission linked together by the same storyline. So that's what I think that will be. I feel like that one's relatively self-explanatory. Underneath the Chapter 3 is a green one that says Bounty, and it says collect your weekly bonus. Obviously the fact that it says weekly and bonus makes me believe that this is a once a week mission that gives you either more money, more credits, you can rank up your character faster, you can upgrade your spaceship, something along those lines. Underneath that, though, are the 3 that I really, really want to focus on. The first 2, Strike and Raid, if you notice on the left, have the same U-shaped symbol next to them, which makes me believe that they will be the same type of mission, but with something different thrown in. Well, if we read Strike, it says Random Hopper underneath it. So, what I believe is that you go into that with your party or by yourself, and it puts you in a random raid type mission. Not a raid where you know what's going to go on, where a raid where it gives you your objectives right when you start it and you go from there. Underneath that is raid, and specifically it says Depth of Darkness underneath. So I feel like that is a specific raid type mission. And everybody knows that raids in a, multiplayer game are where a bunch of players come together and face off against AI opponents, whether it's one boss or many smaller AI units, and I have a feeling that's the type of missions that you'll be facing in the Strike and Raid selections. One of them will be a random one where you don't know what you're doing, and the other one will be a selected one. Then underneath that, we have Faction Wars, and this one to me is the most fascinating of all, because Faction Wars to me sounds like one of two things. It sounds like a player versus player multiplayer type of thing. Well, player versus player obviously is a multiplayer, but it sounds like a player versus player like clan battles type of thing, where maybe Halcyon squad will go in and be matched up with 3 other players, and they will have to try to destroy each other for points or something like that. Or it might take Halcyon squad and match them up versus a specific type of enemy, differing from the raid type missions. I wouldn't know how that it would differ, and I kind of really hope that it is a multiplayer battle where it's like starship versus starship, like team deathmatch with spaceships, because I think that would be extremely cool. But faction wars, I don't know. Maybe it's versus a specific set of alien in space. Maybe it's versus other players. We really have no idea at this point, but I would love to find out. So remember, guys, like, favorite, and subscribe.